2,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian front, Lubomir Robic is still struggling to catch his breath. Severely wounded during a clash with the Russian army, he's recovering in an unlikely place. Mount Athos, a monastic community in northern Greece, accessible only by sea, the beating heart of the Orthodox faith. Like the others here who share his plight, Lubomir hopes this journey will help him rediscover his will to live.
We were ambushed. I fled. I was driving fast. I spotted a block of concrete on the road. I swerved to try to avoid it, and I had an anti-tank mine. The explosion was huge. It blew everything away. The vehicle was blown apart. We were all thrown out. One of us died instantly. Only 3 survived. And I had my leg blown off.
25 Ukrainian soldiers, accompanied by 4 priests, were sent to Mount Athos as part of a program launched in 2024 aimed at healing trauma through faith, soothing invisible wounds.
Mount Athos is the beating heart of the Christian world. Do you understand? It's the very soul of Christianity. So this is a very important moment for you to draw closer to the Lord. I know you're asking yourselves lots of questions. Why did war break out in Ukraine? Why all these deaths? During these 4 days, we're going to reflect together on a more just way of living.
Religion holds a central place in Ukrainian life. And at the beginning of the war, Kiev was quick to proclaim its religious independence from the Moscow Church. These pilgrimages are funded entirely by private donations from the Orthodox community.
I know this long journey has exhausted you, but we finally reached the first stage. This house is dedicated to St. George the Victorious, protector of soldiers.
To hold off the Russian invasion, Ukraine has had to mobilize on a massive scale. But there are never enough troops, and fighters often spend months at a time at the front. According to Kiev, nearly 60% of them sent into combat with too little preparation now suffer from serious psychological disorders.
When the war started, I signed up at the military recruitment office. We were only given a few days to prepare, then some basic training. And very quickly we were sent to eastern Ukraine.
Each man here carries his own story of suffering. At 62, Taras Vibliyi has just reached retirement age. He spent years at the front, laying mines, transporting weapons and equipment. Now, the war is behind him. But another battle has begun, learning to live with his demons.
I remember when the war started. We had nothing, no weapons, no means to defend ourselves. Their artillery just pounded us. We were helpless. The village I was in was totally destroyed. I learned just a few days ago that it no longer exists. It's nothing more than a pile of stones. There's nothing left. This war must stop. It has to end.
4 a.m. and already the Ukrainian soldiers are in sync with the rhythms of monastic life. Here, prayer begins before dawn. On this sacred mountain, religion is more than a simple ritual. It guides their steps and, above all, it keeps these men standing.
They've come here to seek consolation, real consolation. What they've been through is so painful. War was forced upon them. Seeing them approach me this morning, giving them communion, I had tears in my eyes. Some things are beyond understanding. Our mind cannot make sense of them. When a man no longer understands his reality, he must approach it differently. When reason fails, he must find another path, the path of the heart. Ukraine will win. It must win. It cannot lose. Otherwise, we're all lost.
It will be hell.
Then we'll all go to hell together.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take care of yourself. All of you. Take care. I believe they will all manage to rebuild, to regain their identity and a sense of meaning. But it will take time.
Time. That's what it took Ilhor Kalinichenko to get better. In his country, Ilhor is a hero. He's one of the survivors of Mariupol, the Ukrainian port city destroyed by the Russians early in the war. More than 20,000 civilians were massacred there. Ilhor fought until his unit surrendered. Then he was taken prisoner under brutal conditions. His faith kept him from losing his mind.
As prisoners, we had nothing. We looked for solutions, answers, and in the end we turned to God. We learned Psalms, we prayed. We were looking for a way out. We were looking for salvation. After 2.5 years in captivity, I began to understand that my release, my return, was God's will.
On Mount Athos, even meals carry meaning. They prepare dishes using recipes that are centuries old. These shared moments are part of what's called the path of healing, rediscovering taste and rebuilding the bonds between these damaged souls. In this newfound tranquility, far from all the chaos, each man finally allows himself a moment of respite, a chance to open up. On this peninsula, nearly 2,000 monks live apart from the world, following the unchanging rhythm of their liturgies. Their ascetic life revolves around 20 monasteries, all UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Athens has limited authority here. The monastic community governs itself, and not everyone is allowed through the door. Mount Athos is the only place in the European Union forbidden to women. The soldiers visit around 15 different sanctuaries on their pilgrimage. But the gates of St. Panteleimon Monastery, one of the jewels of the peninsula, remain closed. Since the beginning of the war, this monastery, which remains faithful to the Moscow Church, refuses to welcome pilgrims from Ukraine. That doesn't bother Lubomir and the others. They're clearly enjoying their trip.
I really needed to regain some confidence. And the peace here, there's so much beauty. It's almost unreal. It's an indescribable feeling for me. It's unique. You don't see this anywhere else.
The soldiers' final day ends in a place full of hope. The future house of Ukrainians. Still under construction, this refuge is meant as an outpost of Kiev in the heart of Mount Athos. It will soon offer future groups of soldiers a space to assert their identity.
This house is, in a way, the face of Ukraine. So I'm telling you all, you must hold on to build this house and to save our country.
The weight I was carrying has finally lifted. I'm leaving with new energy, nourished by prayer.
I can't find the words to describe what I'm feeling right now.
Now I can see my future with my family, with the people who waited so long for me to get out, who fought for me.
After this briefest of respites, several of them are expected to return to the front.